Hello, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Rodrigo from Gekko. Um, I'm back here with this video, and I think you're gonna find this very interesting. We'll be talking about a custom indicator that we created at Gekko, and this indicator is called Gekko Strong Bars. All right. So this video should be taking 20 to 30 minutes like the other videos that I have in my YouTube channel. By the way, if you haven't done so, I strongly recommend that you spend some time looking at the other videos that I have posted there. Very interesting content, all for free. Um, you can learn very good techniques of finding good entry and exit prices by looking at the charts, and um, and this is going to be very useful for you. And obviously we have our indicators. You guys can go there, download the demo, and play with the indicator. And if you find the indicator very interesting, just you can go ahead and buy it, and it's really cheap. So I wanted to show you this beautiful indicator that we have here. Again, it's called Gekko Strong Bars. I'm gonna open up here my MetaTrader platform. Hope you guys can see it by now. So the intention of this indicator, unlike many of the other indicators that we have, this is not an indicator, a known indicator from the market, like high-low, like MACD, RSI, Ishi, and other indicators, known out there in the market. So this is an indicator created by ourselves here at Gekko. And the name of the indicator is strong bars. So the intention of this indicator is pretty simple, is to identify strong bars, right? When we see strong bars in our charts, that's very good and very good sign that you have a rally, that you have a strong movement taking place in the market at that moment. And most likely, that's the time where you need to take some action and either buy or sell. All right, so I just opened here the British pound versus USD chart, 30 minutes time frame, and I plotted the indicator. By now, if you guys have been following us, you will know that all of our indicators are very simple. They're most of cases they're just going to show a arrow. It would be a blue up arrow, or it would be a red down arrow indicating short or indicating long, if you should go bullish or if you should go bearish. So again, this indicator will be the same. It'll pretty much show you errors where you need to take action. So again, the idea is just to identify when you have a strong bar. And before we talk about the indicator, let's talk about the characteristics of a strong bar, right? A strong bar like this one here that we're looking at, beginning of the day, July 21st. This is a strong bar. How do we know that? Because the size of it, the size of this bar is a lot higher than the average of the previous bars. Can you see that? If we look at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the previous 10 bars, look at the size of them. You calculate the average, and when you see this bar here, you'll notice that this is a strong bar. The other thing that we often see in strong bars is that the tail You see this little tail here? This is a um an up bar, right? A bull bar. So you see the tail here at the bottom is often small, not non-existent or small, and most of times is smaller than, let's say, 30% the rest of the size of the bar, right? If we have a very short, very small tail, and then a very long body, you have a you have another sign that this is gonna be a strong bar, right? And the other thing is a strong bar will most likely cross a previous support or resistance, right? So the tops and downs, the tops and bottoms from the previous bars. So if we look at the previous 10 bars here, this bar here is not only strong, bigger than the average, short tail, but it also crosses the previous highs, for the X bars, for the previous X bars, right? This gives us a clear sign of a strong bar. This one right here, all right? So this is what this indicator is gonna tell you. It's gonna tell you when you have a strong bar right in front of you, without you having to do a lot of thinking or math, because you guys that are used to operate in the market, you know we don't have time for thinking, right? Things are gonna happen in question of seconds and minutes, and you just gotta be as fast as you can, hitting the button, buy or sell, or you're gonna end up losing the movement. You're gonna end up losing the momentum, the time, and you're just gonna be out of the trade, right? Okay, guys. So I wanted to show you, before I start talking about the examples, I wanted to show you the parameters that we have in this indicator. Now, this indicator, in terms of parameters, inputs, it's a little more complex than the other indicators that we have, because often our indicators, they don't have more than 9 or 10 input fields, input variables, but this one does. And this is actually a good thing, because you're gonna be able to configure the indicator based on your risk appetite, on your how much you want to be exposed, how much you want to be alerted. And if you leave the indicator too loose, it's going to show you a lot of false signs. But maybe you want to see that because you're using the indicator combined with another indicator. You just want to be alerted every time there's a potential strong bar. And then you can do the other way around. You can set up stuff here. An indicator might be very, very tight, you can strengthen the indicator, and so you're gonna see a few signs, but often when you see a sign, that's gonna be a real strong bar and a real movement, right? So you have all these things to play with. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna go one by one real quick, just so you know, high level, sort of the things that you can set up here and you can customize here. But I'm not gonna be showing one by one here in this video, because we would need more time, right? So first thing is, do you want to plot the indicator for the past X bars, right? And the reason we have this, guys, is because if you want to see the indicator for the past, 2,000 bars. That's gonna take a lot of processing from MetaTrader. MetaTrader is gonna be a little slow, and indicator is gonna be a little slow. Often, if you're if you're not back testing, if you're actually trading online, this is really irrelevant. You can just leave here 20, 30, or even 40 bars, and that'll be enough. In here on this class, just for the sake of looking at the history, I'm putting in here 300 bars, right? And this is not something that's gonna make MetaTrader slow, but this is a number that's gonna give you a good historical um, database for visual analysis. That's what we're looking for here, right? So you can put a lot of bars here if you want to look further in the past, or you can just leave a few bars here if you're trading online. Okay. Now, if you're using this indicator, if you're attaching the indicator to a your expert advisor, you can also just leave here a very um, low number, 10 or 15 or 20, because what the expert advisor will do, even for back testing, it would simulate online trading, right? So you don't have a lot of you don't need a lot of bars here in terms of plotting the indicator. This is for plotting the indicator. Plotting means showing on the screen, right, for visual analysis. Okay, so that's pretty simple, but this is good to mention because often people will download the indicator and they won't see the errors. That's because they're looking far in the past, and maybe the indicator is just plotting for the last 40 bars. All right, how the size of the bars are going to be calculated. Remember that I said that a strong bar, it is made of a big body, right? A big size in comparison to the other previous bars. Now, the best way to do that is really looking at the difference of the size when you measure the distance between open and close. But if you want to do it different and you want the indicator to calculate the size by looking at the difference between the high and the low, you can also do that, right? Just go ahead, play with it on your chart, on the whatever asset or instrument you're trading, whether it is a stock, options, future, Forex, or whatever, and see what works best for you, right? There's no right or wrong. There's another parameter here, and this is how strong signals are going to be calculated, right? And there's another concept here, guys, which is, for example, here, what I'm showing here, these two bars here, where my mouse pointer is moving, is hovering, these two bars, I'm looking at the 30 minutes time frame, right? But if we look at the 1 hour time frame, these two bars are gonna be combined together, right? So often two bars, they make one strong bar. I can keep looking at the 30 minutes bar, and I can tell the indicator to consider not only the current bar, but both the current bar and the current plus the last bars, or just the current plus the last bar, or just the current bar, right? So if I want the indicator to give me a sign, alert me when when only the current bar, for example, this one here, is providing a signal, is a strong bar, I would choose 2, just the way it is right now. If I wanted the indicator to consider the current, and the previous bar combined together to determine, and if they both together make up a strong bar, then I would select the option 3 or 1. 3 if just that combination, and 1 if both current bar or the current plus last bar. Okay. And then we have three conditions below. Okay, we have three conditions that I'm gonna explain to you now real quick, but there's another parameter here that's gonna work for the three conditions below. It's the number of bars that I want to consider, number of less X bars that I want to consider for triggering the conditions below, right? So let's, just for instance, let's look at the condition number 1. I just told you that a strong bar has its size bigger, greater than the average of the last previous bars, like this one here. So this bar has its size greater than the size of the average of the last bars. Now, how many bars do I want the indicator to look forward? Do I want the indicator to provide me a signal when the strong bar has the size greater than the last 3 bars or greater than the last 10 bars, right? And if you just use the last 2 or 3 bars, you're gonna have a lot of signs being popped out here, and often you're gonna get false alerts, right? But if you want that, that's fine. That's part of your strategy. Now, if you want to look at the past 10 bars, then this is the parameter here, 10. You just want to put the number of bars from the current time to the past that you want the indicator to use to calculate stuff, right? So let's go back to condition number 1. I want to see if the current bar is greater than X% of the average X bars, right? So X% is the parameter that I'm going to be here, right? Do I want it to be greater than 10%, greater than 20% of the average, greater than 50% of the average, or do I want to just be greater than the average, right? And the way I'm leaving at 0 here, I'm telling the indicator that just be greater than the average, and it can alert me. You can produce a sign, right? If you go to condition number 2, we're gonna be looking at the tail size. Remember that I told you that a strong bar has a very short tail, and often the tail is not greater than 30% or 1/3 of the bar size. Okay, and so I want to make sure the tail must be less than X% of the rest of the bar, and I'm putting here, just for this exercise, 10%, and typically 10 to 30, 40% is gonna work okay, right? And then at condition number 3, I want the current bar to be greater than the X% of the last tops. If we're talking about a long bar, a bullish bar, or if I want the current bar to be less than X% of the last bottoms, if the bar in question is a bearish, is a short bar. Okay, so you can leave this as 0 if you don't want this factor. If it's just one, it's just want the current bar to be greater than the last tops, that's fine. But if you want the current bar to be greater than the average of the last bars plus a percentage, this is the percentage you're gonna put in here, right? Guys, this is not complex, and just by playing like 5 minutes with the indicator plus the things that I'm gonna be showing here, you're gonna get the concept, right? Want to talk really quick about the some other parameters here. So you have here the shows price errors tags for online. If you're online, the indicator is not only gonna show you the arrow, but it's gonna show you inside of the bar a price tag precisely where at what price it triggered, right? So it's not only gonna show you a blue or red arrow plus the sound that it's gonna play if you want to. This is the parameter for playing a sound. But if you put this as true, is going to show you also a price tag, letting you know precisely the price that triggered. All right. So this is it. Those are the main parameters. They're not too complex, and you can get used to them pretty fairly quickly, right? So let's jump into the indicator and this chart that I'm showing you here. We're showing you July 21st, 2020, and this is a British pound versus USD currency pair, and we're looking at the 30 minutes time frame chart. So what I have here, it's showing me here a strong bar here. It captures strong bar, and it is right. This is a strong bar. I can easily enter the market here long, and I could try to get out of the market at some point here based on my other indicators or based on my stop gain, or I can just leave it as it is and I could get out of the market at some point, and some point up here. If I enter here and I want to leave the market play along, it'll take me here, and this is gonna be my profit. Okay. So let's look at this one right now. This one here. This one here is giving me a strong bar. Okay. This strong bar, it is a strong bar, but not that strong to keep the movement. And that's why, guys, no indicator whatsoever should be used alone, right? You should always combine indicators. You should look at the volume. You should look at the overall big picture trend, right? This is clearly a uptrend, right? You want to get in the market when you see a strong bar produced by our signal, but you don't want to just take any signal that is being produced against the overall trend, right? And this is something you're gonna have to take make a decision manually, right? But indicator is gonna show you, and you can play with the parameters and maybe try to remove this noise here. But here we see another strong bar, right? The indicator just showed you another strong bar based on its size, based on the how it is greater than the average of the last 10 bars. That's the number I'm using there. So here you would have a second entry point, most likely in here. If you enter the market on the first sign and stayed in the market, you could be using this arrow here just to confirm you're on the right path, or you could be using this arrow here to buy more, to increase your lot, increase your volume, you know, buy more. And then when you see the third, let me just put some price marks here so we see that clearly. Another one here and another one just happened here, somewhere here. All right, so you have one. I'll put a quick text here. You have the first moment here, and then you have a second moment here where the indicator gave you a sign, and then you have a third moment here. Screw it up here. Alright, this is the third moment. Let's just leave it as text here. Just wanted to call your attention. So I have 3 signals being produced here, and I could enter the market here. If I didn't, I could enter the market in the moment 2. If I didn't, I could enter the market. I could have entered the market here where it say text, but this is the moment 3. Or I can just enter the market in all those 3 different moments and add volume. And this is gonna take me all the way here, all the way to the top. And then you can decide to either exit the market here, just because just because it is the end of an uptrend here, right? Or you can just put some stop losses. But this signal gives you clearly points of entry to the market, right? I wanted to go back a little bit here and show you some other entries being produced here one day before, the same chart, same Forex pair here. And then it's giving me an entry point here at this point. It's also giving me two other entry points here and here. And if you guys respect these entry points, if you enter either of them or all three of them, increasing volume, and just wait the market to play along all the way till the end of the day, and you're day trading and you just close your positions by the end of the day, this is gonna be your profit, very good profit here. Okay. And then I wanted to go back here and play a little bit with the indicators. When I look at the bars, then I want to be looking at the past, and I have 10 here, and I change these values. Let's just put 4 here, see what happens. You'll see some errors, they're going to disappear, some others they're going to remain. It's going to produce different signs. I could even increase this and see what happens. It produces even more signs. And then what I can do here, I can play with the other parameters here that I just showed you guys. I want them to be like 10% of the average, right? It just took me, it just raised this indicator that was here, and it's producing me those 3 errors here, different entry points. The reason I'm doing all this, I want to show you how much you can calibrate this, right? How much you can calibrate the indicator and find the best setup that fits to your chart and the instrument that you're operating. Let me see this one here. Yeah, those are not changing. All right, I don't want to keep looking at this. I want to go back now. Oh, real quick, you're seeing more bars here, and this time we're working on a downtrend. A downtrend here. You would enter the market here, selling, and then you would enter the market here, selling again, and this will take you all the way here. This will be your profit area, right? The difference between these prices would be your profit area if you get out of the market somewhere here, right? All right, I want to close this chart real quick because I wanted to show you the same indicator on a different chart. I'm choosing now the euro versus US dollar. Okay, and we're looking at July 21st as well, and this is a different time frame. I wanted to show you this working on a different time frame. We're looking at the 15 minutes time frame right now, and you guys are seeing pretty much the same thing I showed you before, right? You have different entry points here, all of them right entry points. You can buy here, you could have bought here. If you missed those 2 first entry points produced by the signal, by the indicator, you could have entered here, or you could have entered all of them, just increasing volume. And last but not at least, you could have entered also here on the last strong bar here. And if you take your position all the way until the end of the day, your day trade, you would have these would be your profits, right? These would be your profits. Okay. Want to go back real quick here, show you some other signs it produced. So again, guys, it will identify a strong bar, right? For example, here, it just told you that this is a strong bar, and it would produce you selling sign most likely in here. And there's a little pullback here, and there's another strong bar, and it'll probably give you a sign around here, right? Although those two are not good for taking until the end of the day for a day trading close, those two are very good strong bars for a quick scalping trading. If you're a scalper, then you can use this signal to enter and get out of this movement. Is still in the same bar, in the 15 minutes bar. So it starts here, you enter the market here, and then you just wait for the bar to finish. And when the bar finishes, you get out of the market. And this area here would be your profit area. And then the same happens here on this second bar. It will produce the indicator at some point around here, and you would be waiting for the bar to close. And when the bar closes, you just get out of the market, right? This is if you want to surf inside of the bar, right? The indicator is right. It is showing you a strong bar, and this is what it is intended to do. It doesn't mean the market as a whole, it is in a downtrend, and you can just stay positioned until the end of the day, or the best moment to get out of the market, to exit the market. That's going to be up to you based on other indicators. These indicators here, they're not going to be showing you magically the exit points or your stop losses. You guys have to use some other indicators or any other price action or whatever you want to use to determine that, right? Or your risk versus your how much you want to be exposed, right? But what I'm telling you is it will get you a strong bar, and you can surf on that strong bar all the way until the end of that strong bar, right? If you're a scalper trading. Wanted to go back real quick here. 3 days ago, other three very nice signs here. I could be entering the market here, and then entering the market here as well, and then entering the market here, and then put the tags here real quick so you guys can see it, where I would be. You know what? I have a different thing here that I can use. Let me see. Oh, that works better. So let's put the labels here. There you see. You could be entering the market at those prices. Put a little left here. I am adjusting here. And in this case here, because you have a very clear uptrend, you could choose to take your positions all the way until the day close, which would be around here. And these lines here, they would mean your profit for the day. If you have taken all these 3 entry points, right? If you haven't, either any of them would have gotten you to the profit at the end of the day, right? Okay, guys, so we're running out of time here. I wanted to show you real quick another chart. This time 2 minutes, right? If you like very high frequency trading and you're a scalper and you want to operate using shorter time frames, this indicator will work for you just as well. You see, I'm not even go through them, but you clearly see in this downtrend here, and this comprehends let me see here, 7:30 to 7, almost 8. These are what, 20 to 30 minutes, right? A 20 to 30 minutes downtrend here, and the indicator is going to tell you to get in the market here and here, and it could be taking some profit from these points all the way till the end of the trend. Okay, the same is gonna work for this long trend here. If you take the indicator here, right, to at some point here, or whenever you want to take this, just wait. You know, it could go all the way here. This is the top of the day. If you have ways to stop, to take your gain, right, versus your risk. Something important here, guys. You see this strong bar is make me entering here, and if you look here, the horizontal line, for some time it is our support, right? The same price the indicator told you to get in, which is this price here, this horizontal line. This is the support for almost the rest of the day here, right? And then the price is gonna test it and break through here. But look at this. This could be your entry point, but it could be also your stop loss. You know, this region here, not exactly the price, but the region. So there's many ways to read this indicator, and often it's gonna give you very good signs. Some other good signs here, and again here you're gonna see a lot of movement, just because I'm looking at a 2 minutes chart. I want to close this one. I want to show the last chart of the day, and this is a daily chart. All right, we're looking at the daily chart, and guess what? It works just as well. Very nice entry points here if you're a buy and hold trader, or if you're a you know, long-term swing trader. You can operate the daily on the weekly chart, and then you have some good entry prices here. One here, well, the other here. I'm not gonna be putting labels and prices in all of them. That's gonna take a lot of time. It will give you the indicator. It will tell you to buy here, and then you have more arrows here. And this is the present time, by the way. This is a very long and very interesting downtrend on the. We're looking at the U.S. dollar versus the Swiss franc, right? And all these arrows, they're just letting you know. They're giving you entry points, but more than that, they're giving you stop losses, right? You see how the price breaks through, and then for some time it respects this line. Right, for example, here the price breaks through here, the indicator is going to produce you an entry signing here, and then you have a resistance line here. Now the price is going to go up and try to test it. It breaks through, but very, you know, very weakly, not with a lot of strength. And it goes back, tries again in a shy way, and then it goes down. And then you see other entry points here, right? If you're a long-term swing trader, here we go. You would be making a lot of money here with our indicator here. All right. Okay, guys. So we're going towards the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Whether you're gonna buy the indicator or not, whether you liked it or not, everything that we just talked about here, these are concepts that are very valuable for any trader. You know, being able to identify a strong price movement, which we're calling here a strong bar. If you want this little help on your daily trading, on your day-to-day trading, you know, this indicator will be very handful. And just like any other indicator from our company, it's a very simple indicator. No rocket science here, guys. You don't have to understand a lot of complex math, difficult equations. You just have to follow the indicator. You have a few parameters. You just want to play with it. Look at the history of your chart. See how it behaves. See how much you want to be alerted with false or more true signals, alerts. And then you just go ahead and start using the indicator. It's gonna produce sounds if you want to. It's gonna send you mobile pushes if you want to. It's gonna alert you by email if you want to. If you're a long-term trader, you wanna get sounds, right? You might wanna receive an email every time there's a new entry point, new signal. But if you're a scalper, for instance, you want to be alerted and you're looking at the screen all the time, right? Again, one of the best things about our indicators is that they come almost for free. And when I say almost for free, it's because they're not gonna cost you $500. They're not gonna cost you $200. They're not gonna cost you even $50. They're gonna cost you for life, forever. They're gonna cost you $30, right? And you can also decide not to buy them, just rent them for 1, 3, or 6 months, and it's gonna cost you even less. But you got the best. The best trade here is really to buy it for life, $30. And I'm sure you guys using this indicator with the other indicators you guys are used to use, with the other indicators that we have. And I'm gonna show you our selling page here at MetaTrader community. You guys are gonna be all set, right? You guys are gonna have all the tools you need on your tools belt, and you're gonna make very simple and profitable trades in any market, guys, any time frame. It just works. And I invite you to go there to our page on the MQL community. I'm gonna be showing this to you guys right now. This is the MQL5 community, mql5.com. This is my page. You see all my indicators here, all my products. I invite you to come here, download the indicator for free on your demo account, test it on your demo account by using real life price signals from your broker, and do more than that. Download this indicator, download the other indicators that we have here, take a look at them. I'm posting videos on YouTube about all of them, and I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna like them. Again, simplicity and fairness on the price. That's what you're gonna get here. And I'm telling you, I'm showing you what you can do, right? I'm not just telling you and telling you a story, I'm showing you. So what you're getting, it's something that works, and I'm not hiding anything from you. Often indicators will produce false signals, and that just might happen. If anybody promises you an indicator that's gonna give you profit 100% of the times, that is a lie, right? I'm being totally transparent here, guys, because I think this is the way this should work, right? All right, so we're gonna be closing the video right now. I want to be thanking you for your audience so far. Thank you for coming here to watch into our video. I please ask you, if you like the content of the video, even if you're not gonna buy it, even if you're not gonna download the demo, just please give us some support and click on like here, thumbs up here on YouTube, share with your friends in your social media. And other than that, guys, I just want you to please stay safe, enjoy the rest of your day, and you have very good and profitable trades. I wish you that. All right, see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.